What we've been talking to the young people about, and we're learning more about how the brain works, the adolescent brain works, and when you tell a young person not to do something, that usually is like, well, that makes me a little bit more curious. And when we concentrate on maybe things that are like fear-based, as soon as you try and talk them into doing something you want and it maybe stretch the truth, then they know, oh, I can't trust that person anymore. So what we've been doing at YouthThink, and we're actually getting quite a bit of attention throughout the state, and some of our neighbors across the river are asking for some of the things that we're doing also, is we want to concentrate on not the drugs themselves, but the reason our kids are telling us why they think people their age and as well as adults is because they don't know how to deal with all the things that are going on in their lives. So we felt like we need to help our young people become more resilient. May I have the book, please? So this egg here
is a real egg.
Yeah, represents our young people. And that social debris, that again, and I wanted to emphasize, we said unintentionally. I don't believe anybody in this audience, in this council, thought, it's kind of scary, isn't it, when you know what's out there? Think about how our kids feel. No one wanted anything negative to happen to our young people. I know that's true, that we do care about our kids, but adult choices have consequences. And a lot of times when our kids don't know how to deal with the struggles that are going on in their lives, when they see their parents breaking up, when they see alcohol, marijuana, any other drug being something that's how you deal with stress, a lot of times this is what happens. And this is not your version of this is your drug, this is your brain on drugs. That social debris, this represents sometimes what happens to our kids. When parents aren't home, when they think that that's the natural way, when they see it on TV, movies all the time, it's going to have an impact. We can't, and we're not asking the city of the Dalles to say, hey, close everything down. We're not trying to be people that are, we want responsible kids, responsible decisions. So what we need to do is to build systems in place so that when our kids, as they're growing up, we're doing things, bless you, that will help them become more resilient, will help them learn, how do I deal with all of the things that are going on? How do I deal with peer pressure? How do I deal with the fact that my mom and dad are getting divorced? How do I deal with the fact that my mom has chosen a drug over me? How do I deal with the stresses that go on? All of those things that we do, those support systems that we put into place, because the alcohol industry spends over $7 billion a year advertising to people. None of us can compete with that. But when we build up this other structure around our children, they become more resilient. And that's what we're hoping for our children. We need your help. You think, and I'm not going to make a big money ask here, but for us to be able to help our young people the way we do, and want to continue to, and help their parents, help the young people realize the importance of emotional literacy, understanding their feelings, knowing how to deal with the difficulties of life, we have a better chance of growing that group of young people that want to graduate from high school, want to go into college, want to come back and live in our community. But we have to realize we've made some decisions, and now what are we going to do with those? And my question and my quest for you as we partner together is to always think and wonder what about the children. Thank you, and if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them, or I'll just take my eggs and my play toys in my box.